Hello friends, let me talk on hypothesis testing. I shall talk about z-test, t-test and chi-square test. It's a core exam topic. When to use which test is important to know. Why it is so important? Hypothesis testing appears in almost every statistic exam, foundation of inference, decision making and data analysis. In any stream, whenever we use data, we need to test some hypothesis. We need to ascertain about our confidence on some statements. So we need to use hypothesis testing whenever there is data analysis. So some basic concepts. We start with the null hypothesis denoted by H0. Denoted by H0. Then we have alternative hypothesis denoted by H1. Then we have the test statistic, we have critical region, p-value, and finally the decision whether to reject or reject or fail to reject H0. So everything starts with null hypothesis. Suppose we are measuring the height of people in Calcutta with age between 30 to 50. And we have a sample, we have 100 data points in our sample. So we need to say something about the average height of Kolkata people. So suppose we need to test average height is less than 5. So our null hypothesis will be average height of Kolkata people is less than 5, and the alternative hypothesis will be the other option. So alternative hypothesis would be average height is greater than 5 feet. So we need to use some test statistics, average of the sample data, average available from the data, and that is our test statistics we need to work with. So we have a concept of critical region. A region, say average height is greater than 6, then we accept the null hypothesis that average height is less than 5. Okay, so the critical region is a region where if the test value falls in this critical region, we reject hypothesis. And p-value is with the same concept. Under H0, what is the probability of the observed statistic? If it is very low, then we reject the null hypothesis. So that's the explanation behind p-value. So we reject the null hypothesis when p-value is less than 0.05. That's the standard practice. Reject H0 when p-value is 0.05 or if the test statistic fall in the critical region. There are some errors associated with hypothesis testing. Say type 1 error. We have rejected the null hypothesis when it is true. We have rejected the null hypothesis when it is true. So that's type 1 error. That's type 1 error. And we fix a level for the type 1 error. We try to control the type 1 error as far as we possible. We put a upper limit of the type 1 error, that is alpha, which is 5%. 5% level of significance, or 0.05. And there is type 2 error when we fail to reject false H0. When H0 is false but we fail to reject it, we say that it's a case of type 2 error, and we try to minimize the type 2 error, keeping the type 1 error below alpha. And and the power of test is 1 minus probability of type 2 error, 1 minus beta. That's the power of test. We try to maximize the power of test. Common exam question: define type 1 error and type 2 error. So that's a common question in the exam. Let us talk about z-test. Suppose population variance is known. Suppose sigma square is known, and our sample size is bigger than equal to 50. Sample size is bigger than equal to 30, and the population is approximately normal. So we use test statistics, the z-score, x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Sigma is known here. Mu is the test statistic that we are going to test, which follows the normal 0, 1. So using this z-score, we can find the critical region and the p-value of the test. And if the p-value is less than 0.05, then we reject the null hypothesis. Used for mean test, for proportion test. T-test, when to use? Say population variance is unknown, and the sample size is small, less than 30, but the population is approximately normal. In that case, we use t-test. So our test statistic will be x bar minus mu by s by root n. S is the sample standard error. We replace sigma square. We replace sigma by s by root n is the standard error. And this t statistic follows student t-test with degrees of freedom n minus 1. So given the test value, given the test statistic observation, we can find the p-value and decide whether to accept or reject null hypothesis. So that's t-test. From exam favorite, the difference between z-test and t-test: when variance is known, we use z-test. When variance is unknown, we use t-test. When sample size is greater than or equal to 30, we use z-test. When sample size is small, less than 30, we use t-test. And the distribution of the test statistic is normal. In case of z-test, in case of students t, it is distributed as t. In shortcut, unknown sigma and small n, we will use t-test. Let me talk a bit about chi-square test. It is used in testing goodness of fit. How good is the performance of our model? How does it fit the actual value? How does the predicted values fit the actual values? That's goodness of fit. We need to test sometimes the independence, whether the values of the categories are the independent or not. So we need to test the independence. We use chi-square test. In testing homogeneity, we use chi-square test. So chi-square test statistic is given by sum over observed minus expected whole square by expected, which follows chi-square. So there are k categories. For each category, we know the observed value, we know the expected value from the model. So we plug them to get the test statistic observed minus expected whole square by expected, which follows chi-square. Categorical frequency data. Degrees of freedom, which is very important. Z-test, there is no concept of degrees of freedom in Z-test. It is normal 0, 1. For T-test, the degrees of freedom is n minus 1, where n is the number of observation. For chi-square goodness of fit, the degrees of freedom is k minus 1, where there are k categories for which we are testing the goodness of fit. For chi-square testing independence, the degrees of freedom is r minus 1 into c minus 1, where r is the number of rows and the c is the number of columns. So these are the important degrees of freedom we need to remember. Decision rule: when p-value less than alpha, we reject null hypothesis. we reject null hypothesis. Or if the test statistic falls in the critical region, we reject null hypothesis. Common level of alpha, the size of the test is 0.05 or sometimes 0.01. It depends upon the test. One slide exam summary. Situation: mean is known but sigma unknown. Mean is known. Both mean and sigma are known. We use z-test. We use z-test when we have both mu and sigma known. Suppose mean is known but sigma unknown and n is small, we use t-test. And in case of frequencies or categories, we use chi-square. Choose the test correctly, half the problem is done. So please remember, when mean and sigma are both known, we use z-test. When mean sigma unknown and small n, we use t-test. And for goodness of fit, for test of independence, we need chi-square test. Thank you. I'll stop here.